Every era in history has been defined by a language that people could not always hear but could always feel, the silent language of global trends. This silent language is not written in words or spoken aloud. It is expressed through actions, innovations, and shared human behavior. It is the invisible rhythm that connects people across nations, shaping economies, cultures, and even personal beliefs. Understanding this unspoken language has become essential for anyone who wishes to navigate the world intelligently. In today's interconnected world, global trends move faster than ever before. A single social movement, a new technology, or a sudden environmental change can influence millions of people almost overnight. These shifts do not happen randomly. They follow patterns that can be understood and even predicted. The silent language of global trends tells stories about human desire, progress, and adaptation. For example, when people around the world began working from home during the global pandemic, it was not just a change in workplace routine, it was a cultural shift. It transformed how people view time, productivity, and family life. Similarly, the rise of sustainability is not merely an environmental goal. It is a moral transformation that reflects humanity's growing awareness of interdependence. The power of this silent language lies in its universality. You do not need to speak the same language as someone in another country to understand that climate change, digital transformation, or social justice are shaping how people think and live. The real challenge is learning how to listen, not with your ears, but with your perception. By observing the changes in habits, consumption, and communication, you begin to hear what the world is saying. And once you can interpret this unspoken conversation, you can make wiser choices about your own future. The silent language of global trends can be compared to a vast ocean. On the surface, waves of information come and go, news headlines, social media posts, viral ideas. But beneath them lie deep currents that drive lasting transformation. Those who learn to read these currents can anticipate the future rather than merely react to it. One of the most powerful trends today is digital human connection. Technology has given people the ability to communicate instantly across borders, but it has also created new forms of isolation. While online communities expand rapidly, real-world interaction often shrinks. The silent message of this trend is that humanity is searching for balance, a way to stay connected without losing authenticity. Another important trend is the redefinition of success. For decades, economic power and material wealth were seen as the highest goals. Today, more people are seeking fulfillment through creativity, purpose, and social impact. Young generations are asking not just what they can achieve, but why it matters. This shift is reshaping industries, education, and even politics. The silent language behind it speaks of a collective longing for meaning. Globalization, too, is changing its form. In the past, it meant the exchange of goods and services. Now it also means the exchange of ideas, values, and cultural identity. While this can unite people, it can also cause tension as traditions and modernity collide. Understanding this dialogue requires empathy and open-mindedness. The world is not moving toward sameness but toward a complex harmony of diversity. As global trends continue to shape the future, one truth becomes clear. Silence speaks louder than ever. The most powerful movements in our world often begin quietly, in the way people shift their habits, in the subtle choices they make each day. Listening to this silent language helps individuals, companies, and governments act with awareness rather than impulse. Education, for example, is transforming through this invisible communication. The growing demand for flexible learning, mental well-being, and lifelong education reveals what people truly value: empowerment through knowledge and emotional balance. Similarly, the global trend toward renewable energy is more than an environmental decision. It represents humanity's moral awakening to responsibility and sustainability. To truly understand global trends, one must see beyond headlines and numbers. It requires listening to the emotions and motivations that drive change. Why are people embracing minimalism? Because they are tired of chaos. Why are young people turning to entrepreneurship? Because they want independence and purpose. Why are societies demanding transparency? Because trust has become the new currency. In this sense, the silent language of global trends is not separate from human nature. It is human nature amplified through collective action. It reveals what humanity values most at each moment in time. And as technology, culture, and environment evolve, so too does this language.